what is the elephant in the room that's above the line?
I don't know. Now you've got me. I'm startled now. What is the elephant in the room? Now I feel like a dunce.
Refunds,
Oh yes, the refunds. Yes.
right?
Yes, I was
So
thinking about, so there's all kinds of other fees. So in the seller sense, it's oh my God, it's either storage fees, there's refunds. That's a big point. The returns and refunds are massive.
yeah, yeah. So because that's another calculation. So when you go to, everybody, unfortunately, the only thing that's certain is debt and taxes, right? So everybody knows their tax return, and on the tax return it says net sale, net of refunds. You don't declare. That's the opposite of what you must do, because if you have refund rate of 8%, that has to be below your gross sales
Yes, great point.
as part of your, because remember the calculation we made. We
Yes,
said, okay, 20% goes to merchandise, 15% Amazon, 35, 15% advertising, 50, then 10% FBA very generously. Now we're up to 60.
yep.
And we gave 15% discount, right? 75. Let's say that 8% refund, 83.
We've
So,
lost money, Nick. We have lost money on this enterprise.
by the way, this is if you start at 20% to
Yes.
buy the merchandise. God forbid you're buying it at 30%. Now you've got no money. So this is the point you were getting at about true P&L, right? But okay, everybody says, sure, of course, we factor in the refund. Are you doing it as a percentage band under your gross sales? Are you grossing up your sales? That's the entire point you're making, right?
Yes, and you're right. I tried to get out of apparel and some other high refund. That's why it didn't come to mind quickly, Nick, because I spent so many years doing it. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this return thing. This is a nightmare, because you're absolutely right. And also in your budgeting and your forecasting, which we're about to talk to and kind of go through, you have to factor this in. So that's yes, it's a great point. We're losing money. I mean, we gotta find new suppliers. We got a lot of work to do, Nick, on this enterprise. We're toast already. We're just on paper, it's not looking good.
Yeah, even starting at 20% growth. So,
And I know a
okay,
lot of sellers who actually, and I used 8%, they want to go at 90%, 95 or what have you. So that's the retail. You have to say retail. Now, the old department store trick that's been around for 260 years is you double sticker. We do this all the time. It's normally $69.99, but you know what? It's $59.99. The everyday price is this, yet we know that we're going to be promotive, right, for X amount of days and seasons. So we want to set the standard here. If you can do that competitively, good for you. That's a great way to do it. And it'll help the cushion of this exercise we just went through on your P&L.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how effective. So there is a furniture store that advertises where I am locally, and I went in there, and there's also another one. They are right across from each other,
Yeah.
and the other one was running a special, so they were advertising, and so I figured, okay, let's go check it out. So I go in and they have their specials running. It's only available for so long. And then I went to the other one, has better prices. So I asked, are you running any specials? And they said to me, we're running a special every day, every day. Our price is special every day. So now it's no longer that special for me.
Okay.
So that was the perception immediately I got. So
And
I
this
don't
is,
know if it's a good
well, this
idea.
is, yeah, but you bring a great point, but this is true in retail, the history of retail. There's everyday on sale, everyday value retailers, and then they got sales going. J.C. Penney built out, which, sad, their debacle and going out, but they were had the value pricing. You could trust J.C. Penney because it's the best. Now think about Amazon. Most people, I don't know, Nick, if you agree, the consumer trust that they are getting the best deal on Amazon is pretty high. Don't you,
Oh,
do you believe that innately until if they want to go look around? So this is a game that has been played forever, and it's not right for everybody. And I'm not suggesting it, but it's one thing. The point of this story, the point of the furnitures is you got to understand your basement net, what your retail price has to be and where you can go and where you can stretch it. Now, I jokingly say this: inflation is one of the greatest marketing, scams of this era, because a lot of people are taking it and just getting it. Good for them. I tip my cap. But but this is your retail prices, and how you price things are so critical, obviously, with the price matching. And if you're trying to face an Amazon 1P, I mean, there's so many dynamic and repricers again, and all of those things.
yeah.
Understanding what your true and your best, your median after all the year and seasonality, what your total retail dollars is, that